A jack of all trades is a master of none, is the worst quote I've ever heard before. The original meaning was a compliment in the 17th century for a highly talented, adaptable individual who could fix things and bring different practical skills together. The full saying, master of none, was added later around the Industrial Revolution to criticize generalists in an increasingly specialized world. However, many believe the complete idiom is actually a jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. So, this is a pretty popular quote, and I think it's very important that you should become a jack of all trades and not a master of one, because we live in a world where there is so much variety. You can be anything you want. There's so many things you can do. It's genuinely insane. But the people who make the most money, who have the most power, who just have more out of life, are the people who are really good in a lot of different areas. It is a skill gap. No matter what anyone wants to tell you, you just have to be good at one thing. No, you don't. You have to be the best at one thing, or you have to be great at a lot of things. So, being a jack of all trades is more likely that it's going to benefit you in the long run. Because what people don't realize is that to become successful in anything, you have to have a lot of different skills. For example, if you want to run a business, right? I'm a fitness coach. The first skill that I'd want to be a master at would be becoming a great coach, right? Learning all the things to help other people, which is a skill of its own. But then you have a problem. You have this great skill, but now nobody knows or understands what you can do for someone. So you have to get good at marketing the skill. So now that's a whole nother skill within itself is marketing. Marketing is quite a complicated skill because not only do I need to understand a little bit of human behavior, I have to now be able to present myself on camera in a way that communicates to the people that I have something that I can help another person with. And I have to show some sort of expertise. That is another skill. Not only that, you have the skill of just working with a lot of people. That's another skill. Like, it's a bunch of tiny skills, like sales, coaching unique individuals, coaching a lot of individuals. What else? Anyways, it's a bunch of little things. Making posts, being able to go through a funnel. There's a lot of work that goes into being a good coach, which means I have to be a master of a variety. Because sure, coaching may be the main thing, but I have to learn a lot of things to get people to the coaching itself, right? Same thing goes for if you actually want to get fit. You have to master your nutrition, you have to master your exercise, you have to master building good habits, and it's not just one skill. It's several skills stacked upon another. That's why the jack of trades is that's just the method. You have to learn a bunch of little things to improve. And oftentimes they compound against each other. Like, I could help somebody get in shape, and then I can run a business because I know how to market and do sales. So now I make money, and now I can use that money to go out, market, and help more people, right? That's the end goal, is to get as many people in shape as possible. But that requires several different skills, and this goes for a lot of aspects and areas of life in general. Because not only do you have your skill set, you have your relationships that you need to deal with, you have the skill set itself that you need to work with, you have maybe religion for some people, and then habits and direction. That's another important life category as well. And then you have your physical health. I think I might have already said that. But anyways, very important. But a person who can master 5 main categories of life, that's going to be the person that's going to be the happiest, right? And they're going to have the most skills, the most experience, and that helps them bring value to other people's lives, which is ultimately the end goal, right? That's why it's very important. I mean, imagine just working on one skill, right? And it's very competitive, right? You have a lot of people that are likely working on the same one skill. What's going to separate you from, let's say you pick a very niche skill, right? That could be anything. That could be a video game, that could be a job, that could be literally anything. But let's say there's a million people also trying to do the same thing. What separates you from the million, right? It's practically impossible to become the best in a world with 8 billion people. Like, if we're being real, statistically, it is impossible for you to be the best. But beating 90% and being a 10%, that is what makes it good for you. That's what gives you the advantage of the jack of all trades, right? If you're the 10% best at everything, if you know anything about fractions, they multiply. You become rarer as a person to have these combinations of traits. So if you're